And today, the United States informed Director General Audrey Azoulay of the United States' decision to withdraw from the United Nations Educational, Scientific, and Cultural Organization, also known, of course, as UNESCO.
President Donald Trump has once again decided to withdraw the United States from the United Nations Educational, Scientific, and Cultural Organization, UNESCO, marking the third time Washington has abandoned the agency since its establishment in 1945.
The decision was announced by the U.S. State Department on July 22nd and is expected to take effect from December 31st, 2026. U.S. State Department spokesperson Tammy Bruce accused UNESCO of promoting divisive social and cultural goals and overly focusing on the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals, which she described as a globalist, ideologically driven agenda that contradicts the America First policy.
Good. And today, the United States informed Director General Audrey Azoulay of the United States' decision to withdraw from the United Nations Educational, Scientific, and Cultural Organization, also known, of course, as UNESCO. Continued involvement in UNESCO is not in the national interest of the United States. UNESCO works to advance divisive social and cultural causes and maintains an outsized focus on the UN's Sustainable Development Goals, a globalist ideological agenda for international development at odds with our America First foreign policy. All right, we've got UNESCO's decision to admit the, quote, state of Palestine, end quote, as a member state is highly problematic, contrary to U.S. policy, and contributed to the proliferation of anti-Israel rhetoric within the organization. Continued U.S. participation in international organizations will focus on advancing American interests with clarity and conviction. Based on President Trump's executive order, continued participation in international organizations is under review, and this is one result of that review, confirming the importance of making sure that all of what we do comports with the America First agenda. Welcome aboard, everyone. Nice to see you. Thank you very much for being here.
White House Deputy Press Secretary Anna Kelly previously told the New York Post that this decision stemmed from UNESCO's support for overly progressive, divisive cultural and social goals that completely contradict the policies Americans voted for in November 2024. The move will take effect at the end of December 2026 due to UNESCO's charter regulations. When a member state decides to withdraw, the decision takes effect at the end of the subsequent fiscal year following the official notification. This is the second time Mr. Trump has withdrawn the U.S. from UNESCO, following the first instance in 2017 for similar reasons. In 2023, then U.S. President Joe Biden reversed the decision and restored funding to UNESCO. The U.S. first withdrew from UNESCO in 1984 under President Ronald Reagan, citing the organization's mismanagement of finances and bias against the U.S. The country rejoined under President George W. Bush in 2003. UNESCO Director General Audrey Azoulay called President Trump's new decision regrettable but anticipated. She stated that UNESCO had prepared to diversify the organization's funding sources following the departure of the U.S., which currently contributes approximately 8% of UNESCO's budget. Ms. Azoulay also rejected claims that UNESCO is biased against Israel, affirming that the organization has created a forum for consensus on multilateralism aimed at action.
Most of you must have seen this morning that in a statement issued by Audrey Azoulay, the Director General of UNESCO, she said she deeply regretted the decision of the United States to withdraw once again from the organization she leads. She added that in the past years, UNESCO has stepped up efforts to take action wherever the agency's mission could contribute to peace. And of course, the Secretary General joins her in deeply regretting the decision by the United States. Turning to Sudan, I can tell you that we and our partners have revised and scaled up plans
The United States announced that it would withdraw from UNESCO earlier today. It would withdraw at the end of 2026. Does the Secretary General have any comment?
He does have a comment, and I read it out. I said he deeply regretted the decision. He joins Audrey Azoulay deeply regretting the decision.
I must
to
have
withdraw.
missed that, but I have a follow-up then. That Gideon Sarr has said that on the matter, that singling out Israel and politicization by member states must end in this and all professional UN agencies. Any comment on that?
Well, I can tell you, first of all, let's be clear. United Nations Secretariat personnel or the heads of agencies cannot be held responsible for the statements that delegations make within the various legislative bodies of this organization, nor should they be held responsible for the resolutions that member states pass. And I can tell you from UNESCO's standpoint, they have been at the forefront, and especially its Director General personally, in the fight against anti-Semitism.
You know, the U.S. also said that UNESCO should revise its own culture and that they have this bias and that they have globalist agenda. Do you think, does the Secretary General think that UNESCO should try to accommodate the U.S. concerns because they had the same in 2018? Or does he think that they should try to actually, you know, just continue whatever they are doing?
I don't really understand what a globalist agenda is. I think every member state has had some complaint about the way the organization as a whole, the whole UN agency system works. I think our comment to every member state is participate if you want to change things.
We've been through this before, so I was wondering what is different this time in the way the organization can face this withdrawal?
UNESCO is a specialized agency in terms of the impact, the financial impact, operational impact. I would ask you, we can put you in touch with them.
This DG, Azoulay, increased the programs to fight anti-Semitism. Now some of the budget will be cut back because of the U.S. withdrawal. We've been through this before. They survived. How do you think they'll make up the money that they'll need to keep some of those programs going?
Look,
and then I have a
again, that's a question you have to ask UNESCO. I don't think the U.S. funding of UNESCO is nowhere near the share of the Secretariat's own funding. So I have no doubt that they will continue their activities because they believe in those activities, and they will continue those. Good afternoon. I hope you're still awake.
Israel warmly welcomed the U.S. decision to withdraw from UNESCO. Israeli Foreign Minister Gideon Sarr called it a necessary step to ensure justice and fair treatment for Israel within the United Nations system, while accusing UNESCO and other UN specialized agencies of frequently discriminating against the country. French President Emmanuel Macron expressed strong support for UNESCO, emphasizing its role as a global guardian of science, oceans, education, culture, and world heritage. Mr. Macron affirmed that the U.S. decision would not weaken France's commitment or that of other nations to supporting the organization. UNESCO, headquartered in Paris, was established after World War II with the mission of promoting peace through international cooperation in the fields of education, science, and culture. The organization is renowned for its World Heritage Program, which recognizes thousands of natural, cultural, tangible, and intangible heritage sites in numerous countries worldwide. The U.S. decision to withdraw from UNESCO has sparked mixed reactions on the international stage, reflecting deep polarization in how nations perceive the role of multilateral organizations. In an increasingly complex global context, the U.S. decision could heighten tensions in international forums, while raising questions about the future of multilateralism and the role of organizations like UNESCO in building a peaceful and sustainable world.